She was worth $40 million on a Tuesday. By Friday, nobody could find her. And the most disturbing part? Her entire family waited 4 days before calling the police. Her name was Celeste Hargrove, 29 years old, daughter of a real estate mogul from Charleston, South Carolina. The kind of woman who showed up in the society pages of local magazines, always smiling, always perfectly put together. From the outside, her life looked like something people spend their whole lives chasing. But nobody really knew what was happening behind those closed doors. Celeste was last seen on the evening of October 9th, 2017. Security footage from her gated community showed her car leaving around 8:45 p.m. No luggage loaded, no phone call made before she left. She was wearing a white dress and no jacket despite the cold snap that had settled over Charleston that week. The temperature that night dropped to 41 degrees. She never came back. Her housekeeper raised the alarm after not hearing from Celeste for 2 full days, which was apparently unusual. When she called Celeste's mother, Eleanor Hargrove, the response she got stopped her cold. Eleanor told her not to worry, said Celeste sometimes needed space, said she'd turn up. She didn't call the police until day 4. Investigators found Celeste's phone inside the house, charging on the kitchen counter. Her passport was in the nightstand drawer. Her wallet, credit cards, everything still there. The only thing missing besides Celeste herself was a small wooden jewelry box her late father had given her as a child. Detectives immediately focused on the family, specifically on Celeste's younger brother, Dominic Hargrove, who stood to inherit a significantly larger share of the family estate if Celeste was legally declared dead. Dominic had a documented history of financial disputes with his sister over their father's will, heated arguments, threatening voicemails, a restraining order Celeste had filed and then quietly dropped 8 months earlier. Dominic had an alibi for the night of October 9th. He was at a charity gala with 60 witnesses. But here's where the story gets genuinely disturbing. 3 weeks into the investigation, a private investigator hired by Celeste's close friend discovered something the police had missed. Celeste had been seeing a therapist for the previous 14 months. Not unusual on its own, but the therapist's notes, obtained through a court order, revealed that Celeste had been confiding something specific and terrifying in the weeks before she disappeared. She believed someone in her family was slowly poisoning her, not metaphorically, literally. She described recurring symptoms to her therapist: fatigue, confusion, hair loss, episodes of sudden nausea that she couldn't explain medically. She had seen 3 doctors. Nobody flagged anything alarming, but Celeste was convinced something was wrong and that it was deliberate. She had named a specific person in those sessions. The name was sealed by the court. It has never been publicly released. What investigators did find, however, was a receipt in Celeste's browsing history from 6 days before she disappeared. She had purchased a one-way bus ticket under a false name to a small town in western North Carolina. Cash payment made at a physical kiosk. No digital trail beyond the browser search, which raised an entirely different possibility. What if Celeste didn't vanish? What if she ran? What if she was scared enough to leave everything behind? The money, the house, the jewelry, except for one box that meant something personal, and just disappear on her own terms before something worse happened to her? The case went cold in 2019. No body was ever recovered. No confirmed sightings despite several tips that investigators pursued and dropped. Dominic Hargrove sold the family estate in 2021 and moved abroad. He's never given a formal interview about his sister. Eleanor Hargrove died of a stroke in 2022. Her final interviews were brief and oddly calm for a mother whose daughter had been missing for 5 years. The name sealed in those therapy notes has never been leaked. Not once in 7 years. So here's the question I can't shake. If Celeste ran, where is she right now? And if she didn't, who in that family knew exactly what happened?